What's good, everybody? It's your boy Taco, and today we're back with another video. And week 18 is here. It's over. This is it. The last week of the season. Obviously, we have playoffs, and I will be doing a video for my entire playoff predictions. But yeah, I didn't get a video done last week. I did post my picks, if you saw them. Simply, I had COVID, as well as I was busy and sort of forgot that I had a YouTube video to make. So it didn't come out, but we are here today. It's Wednesday. Yeah, I don't really know why you guys would care, but let's get into the picks. I was 10-6 last week on the season. It says it right there. I don't remember. Let's get right into it. Starting off with the Saturday games. This week is weird. 2 Saturday games, 6 1s and 7 4s. That's really weird. But the first Saturday game is the Ravens and the Steelers. The Ravens, they will be benching all their guys. They secured the 1 seed. It was an amazing win over the Miami Dolphins. Just a great game in general. This team's dangerous coming into the playoffs. They're definitely the Super Bowl favorites. They are the team, but they're going to be resting their guys. They're going to have Tyler Huntley in, which honestly isn't too bad. He could start on quite a few NFL teams. Then you look at the Steelers. Mason Rudolph has played amazing while he has been in there. Mike Tomlin, another winning season. The team, you thought that they were collapsing, and they just didn't. They aren't going to collapse. With that being said, I have the Ravens getting a little win here, 20-16. You're going to bench most of your main guys, but you still have a great offensive and defensive scheme. You still got good enough guys to get a win here. And with the Steelers, that basically will eliminate you from the playoffs. Not really, but yeah. Then you move to the Texans and the Colts. The 8 p.m. game. This is in Indianapolis, apparently called the Lighthouse. The Texans, Coleridge Stroud, he's back. He played good enough last week. He's going to be here. The big game, he hasn't really had great big game records in college, but he's going to be fine. When you look at the Colts, they're a great team. They're the Colts. We know what to expect out of them. They're going to run the ball. They're going to throw nice and efficiently, and they're going to have a good defense. With that being said, game for the 7 seed, I think that Stroud's going to come out on top. I think that the winner is going to be C.J. Stroud. They're going to get a win, 27-20. Then you move on to the Jaguars and the Titans. The Titans, Will Levis is hurt again. You played really bad last week against the Texans, but you are a fine team for this late in the year. You haven't completely given up, even though you maybe should. You're going to get a good draft pick, There's definitely stuff to look forward to for the Titans. That's not this year. The Jags, you've sucked. Lawrence has been out. It seems like he's going to be back in. This is a game where they can't bench their guys. They do need them in. But I think that the Jags are going to pull this one out. It's going to be close. I don't have much faith in the Jags, especially when it comes to the playoffs. But they're going to get a win, 17-16. Just going to lock it up. Then the Lions play the Vikings in Detroit. The Vikes. You're looking at a sort of a team that's just fallen apart. The last couple weeks they were 7-6, prime owner of a spot, and now they're 7-9. They are 1-5 in their last 6 games. It just hasn't been good ever since Dobbs' insanity run sort of ran out. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about the Vikings. When you look at the Lions, they got screwed last week. They're going to come back for vengeance. All right, they're going to win. They're going to win a lot. Lions, 31-17. I don't think that this is a prediction that many people don't have. The Lions are going to come out on top. They're going to bite kneecaps, and they're going to win the football game. Then you've got the Saints and the Falcons. This one's in the Superdome. If the Saints win, the Bucks need to lose for them to make the playoffs. Falcons are pretty much out of it unless if I think they win, the Bucks lose. Yeah, I think if they win, the Bucks lose, they're actually in. So either way, winner needs the Bucks to lose to get into the playoffs, and that's not going to happen. Let's give a little spoilers here. But the Saints, you're a fine team. You beat the Bucks last week. You did look good. Yeah, there's not really much to say. The Falcons, you're going to be looking for a quarterback possibly. You had a bad game against the Bears. And I think that when you look at these two teams, sort of the momentum, the Saints are going to take this game 23-14. Sadly, it's just not really going to matter. Then you got the Patriots and the Jets, a pure draft pick game. If the Patriots lose because the Commanders beat them, they secure the second overall pick. If the Jets lose, they get to 6-11. The Pats get to 5-12. They probably get like 5 and whatever. It's draft pick game. With that being said, the Patriots have beaten the Jets a lot of straight times. Belichick has coached so long in just the way at the modern NFL, there's no complete domination, that even though the Patriots have been dominating, if he loses this game, I think he's tied for the most losses as a head coach ever. And that's not going to happen. I have him taking a win here, 20-13. He's going to ruin their chances at one of the top 2 quarterbacks, even though probably not, because they'll just either trade up or one of the guys will fall to him. Very simple. Then you've got the Bucks and the Panthers. I explained this before. The Bucks are going to win this football game. The Bucks they didn't have a great game, but they've won 4 straight before that game. They're playing good football going into the playoffs. Baker still is the guy. You got to give Baker an extension. And look, they're going to be playing fine football going into January, enough to beat the Eagles, who will be the 5 seed probably. Yeah, and I've been taking a win 16-10. Not much to say for the Panthers. You would have the first pick, but you traded it. Also sort of getting rid of the idea of tanking in the league, because a team would try to be worse than them if they were tanking. And the Panthers don't have a first-round pick. There's a lot that you need to build around, and it's not your owner. I don't know how you get an owner out of there, but you got to get the owner out of there. Then you have the Bengals and the Browns. This game is in Cincinnati. The Browns will be starting somebody not named Joe Flacco. It's either P.J. Walker. Yeah, that's the only guy I can remember. I know DTR's on season-ending IR. But Joe Flacco's played amazing for that team. You're going to be fine in the playoffs. But this week, you're not going to have him. You're going to be going up against Jake Browning. He's going to be mad. Just lost to the Chiefs. It was bad-ish. I mean, you lost to a team that kicked like 6 field goals. You had a ton of chances in that game, and you didn't really capitalize. So with that being said, I think that you are going to get a win here. The Browns are locked into the 5 seed. Somehow they have a tiebreaker over the Dolphins, which doesn't make sense because they have more divisional losses. But apparently divisional losses don't matter. I learned that. But anyways, I know that you guys don't care about that. The Browns are going to lose to the Bengals 23-21. And, you know, it was a fine season for the Bengals. They're going to end up with a winning record still. And it's time to get in there with a new-look team, and you're still going to compete for championships. The Bears and the Packers is the next game in Lambeau. The Bears have been on a tear recently. They were 3-8, I think. Now they're 7-9. They've won 4 of the last 5. They're going to come in there, try to get a win. They're the hot team. Fields, I'm going to admit it. I was wrong. He's the guy. He is the guy to lead the Chicago Bears. With that being said, the Packers are going to be playing for a playoff spot. I really like Jordan Love. This team's going to come up, show out. I know they didn't do it last year, but Matt LaFleur is going to find a way to win a big game and Jordan Love is too. Packers 30-22. Just a solid win here. They're going to put up points, and they're going to do just enough. And, okay, it's back. Then we move on to the Commies and the Cowboys. The Cowboys, due to some stupid reffing, as well as the Eagles being trash, claimed the division unless they lose this game and the Eagles win, which isn't happening. You're playing the Commies. Commies haven't won since early November. I think that they were 4-4 and just sort of fell off. Habel's going to start for them, which is dumb. So Brissett really didn't get a chance. I think that Brissett is a fine quarterback. I think that you could even go into next year with like Brissett as a starter and whoever you draft as a backup. But anyways, Commies, if the Patriots game is correct, they lose this game, which they will, 27-16. I'll just get that out of the way. Cowboys better than Commies. They're going to lock up the 2 seed too. But the Commies are going to lock up the number 2 pick. And you got to have Drake May or Caleb Williams with that pick. Then we move on to the Broncos and the Raiders. The Broncos. What the heck was I going to say about the Broncos? You made the quarterback change. You're going to get rid of Russ in the offseason. It's dumb. But you have a chance to get a winning record. You have a chance to have something going. And you have gotten something going with Sean Payton. He's your coach. He's the guy. You're going to finish with the first winning record since either 15 or 16. They might have had a winning record the year after the Super Bowl. But either way, you're playing the Raiders really hot. Last week wasn't as hot. They're still doing good. I think that they're going to get a win here. I think that's going to be really close. 24-23. The Raiders take this one, and then you got the Eagles and the Giants. I don't know how to explain my team. My team sucks. My team is no good. No really more things need to be said. The Giants, you look good against the Rams. You look like a dangerous-ish team. It's too late, obviously. But you look like you're doing solid. You have a chance to knock off the Eagles. The Eagles are pretty much locked into the 5 seed, let's be honest. With that being said, yeah, I'm doing it again. It was the only other time that we won. I'm not predicting any stupid games. I'll predict them in the playoffs. You happy? Eagles 2-0 forfeit. They will be playing their starters, though, which I like, because they would be the kind of team to just bench their starters like jerks. And that is because we need our starters to play, because they haven't looked good. And we need to fire the coaches. I'm sorry. Then you move on to the Cardinals and the Seahawks. This game is in Arizona. Cardinals, you got a really solid win last week. Yeah, I know that I've been talking a lot of crap about the Eagles. But look, it's because the Eagles had expectations. And you didn't. And you came up with a win. Your offense looked unstoppable. Translation, the Eagles' defense looked like they couldn't guard a car going 20 miles the other direction. But, you know, it was still a good game for you overall. It's something to build on for next year, you know. The Seahawks, they're coming in. They're mad. They're not out the playoffs, but they need the Packers to lose to get in, who play in the earlier window, I believe. So that's sort of... Oh, no, they play in the same window. But, look, you're not going to get in the playoffs most likely. That being said, you can still have a good game here. The Cardinals are going to keep it close. 21-19, you're going to get a win here. Then you've got the Niners and the Rams. For the Niners, it'll be Sam Darnold, their backup. For the Rams, it'll be Carson Wentz, their backup. It'll be cool to see Wentz get some game action. And, hey, maybe if the Eagles couldn't do it, a former Eagle might be able to. I just really want the Niners to lose. You guys know this by now. That team is jerks. And for reference, they hate us before we hated them. So now that they beat us, we hate them. But, yeah, I still have the Niners taking a win here, 28-25. Semi-competitive. Pretty competitive, honestly. just Niners are going to pull out because they pull out of every game. But Rams, sneaky playoff team. Then you've got the Chargers and the Chiefs. Don't shut off on me. Thank you. The Chargers have Easton sticking. Obviously, they've looked better the last 2 weeks, if that's a way to say it. Haven't looked good. They've looked better. The Chiefs, they got a really big win last week. They need to get back on track for the playoffs. And I think that they will. I don't really think that there's just going to be a playoffs where the Chiefs are just sort of out of it. They're the Kansas City Chiefs. It's Patrick Mahomes. Now, with that being said, I'm sorry, I just got a really funny text. With that being said, we're going to put up some points this game. 27-13. Chiefs are going to get the win. It's going to be fine. Heading into the playoffs. You still got some concerns, but you're going to run through them. And then, game 272, winner gets the 2 seed, loser gets the 6 seed. Unless if Buffalo loses and, the Jags win, I think some other team needs to win. I think the Steelers need to win. And then they're in. And then they're out the playoffs completely. But, Buffalo, they're hot. They started off a little iffy. They were 5-5. Their only loss came to an actually good Philadelphia team. Since then, since they fired their offensive coordinator, it's looked great. Things are clicking. They're going to come into the playoffs just as dangerous as we thought that they would at the beginning of the season. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool for the Bills. When you look at the Dolphins, must-win game. We know how Mike McDaniel is. There's not a singular coach I would rather play for in this situation, and just in general, than Mike McDaniel, besides maybe Mike Tomlin. But still, he's Mike McDaniel. Pretty cool. The team looks great. Hill's going to play. He's not going to get 2,000 yards. He's not going to get the MVP the way that we want him to. But he's going to do good. With that being said, winner gets the 2 seed. Big game. As I've stated before, the Bills, the Dolphins, as you already know, you're not illiterate. It's right here. With that being said, I think that the Bills are going to win this game. 27-24. They're going to come in there, come into Miami's house, show them what it's about, and they're going to get a win. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I will be posting stuff other than predictions because the season is sort of done for. With that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Hopefully, you don't see me again until next September and you actually watch some of the off-season content. But anyways, see ya.